100 Civics Questions Random Order X2, 2008 version Civics Test. Part 1 to 1-15, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are seated in their living room, preparing for Mark's upcoming U.S. citizenship test. A set of flashcards rests on the coffee table.
Mark, let's start practicing with the first 15 questions from the civics test. I'll read each question, give you 3 answer choices, and you choose the one you think is correct. Afterward, I'll explain why that's the correct answer with some extra details.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
Question 1. What does the Constitution do? A. Sets up the government. B. Declares independence from Great Britain. C. Defines state boundaries.
I'll go with A. Sets up the government.
Correct. The Constitution is the supreme law of the United States. It creates the structure of the government, dividing it into 3 branches. Legislative makes laws, executive enforces laws, and judicial interprets laws. It also defines the powers of the federal government and protects the rights of individuals through amendments, like the Bill of Rights. Question 2. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? A. 4 years. B. 6 years. C. 2 years.
I'll go with C. 2 years.
That's right. Representatives in the House serve 2-year terms. This short term ensures they remain accountable to the people they represent. The frequent elections allow citizens to regularly express their views and make changes to their representation if needed. Question 3. Who was president during World War I? A. Franklin D. Roosevelt. B. Woodrow Wilson. C. Theodore Roosevelt.
I'll go with B. Woodrow Wilson.
Exactly. Woodrow Wilson was president from 1913 to 1921, leading the country through World War I, 1914 to 1918. He is known for his efforts to promote peace after the war, including creating the League of Nations, an international organization aimed at preventing future conflicts. While the U.S. didn't join the League, Wilson's vision influenced global diplomacy. Question 4. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? A. Communism. B. Poverty. C. Climate change.
I'll go with A. Communism.
Correct. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991, was a period of intense rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. The U.S. feared the spread of communism, a system where the government controls property and resources. This fear influenced major policies like the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan, and led to military engagements in Korea and Vietnam to counter communist expansion. Question 5. What is the political party of the president now? A. Democratic. B. Republican. C. Independent.
I'll go with B. Republican.
That's correct. The president belongs to the Republican Party, one of the 2 dominant political parties in the U.S. The Republican platform typically emphasizes lower taxes, limited government intervention, and individual freedoms. Question 6. We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years? A. 4 years. B. 6 years. C. 2 years.
I'll go with B. 6 years.
Exactly. Senators served 6-year terms to provide stability and allow them to focus on long-term issues. Each state elects 2 senators regardless of population, ensuring equal representation in the Senate. Question 7. What did Susan B. Anthony do? A. Fought for women's rights. B. Was the first female president. C. Wrote the Declaration of Independence.
I'll go with A. Fought for women's rights.
Correct. Susan B. Anthony was a key leader in the women's suffrage movement. She spent her life campaigning for women's right to vote, which was granted in 1920 with the 19th Amendment. Her dedication to equality helped inspire future generations of activists. Question 8. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. A. World War II. B. The Civil War. C. The Revolutionary War.
I'll go with A. World War II.
That's right. World War II, 1939 to 1945, was a global conflict where the U.S. joined the Allies to fight against the Axis powers. Key moments included D-Day, the liberation of Europe, and the use of atomic bombs in Japan. The war's outcome shaped the modern world order and established the U.S. as a global superpower. Question 9. What does the judicial branch do? A. Enforces laws. B. Reviews laws. C. Makes laws.
I'll go with B. Reviews laws.
Correct. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court, ensures that laws passed by Congress and actions taken by the executive branch comply with the Constitution. This system of checks and balances prevents any one branch from gaining too much power. Question 10. Name 2 national U.S. holidays. A. Halloween and Thanksgiving. B. New Year's Day and Christmas. C. Labor Day and Valentine's Day.
I'll go with B. New Year's Day and Christmas.
That's right. Both are federal holidays celebrated across the country. New Year's Day marks the start of the calendar year, while Christmas, celebrated on December 25th, is rooted in Christian traditions but is also widely observed as a cultural holiday. Question 11. What is the name of the President of the United States now? A. Joe Biden. B. Donald Trump. C. Barack Obama.
I'll go with B. Donald Trump.
Correct. Donald Trump is currently serving as president. As head of state, he oversees the executive branch, leads foreign policy, and serves as commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Question 12. Why does the flag have 50 stars? A. Because there are 50 states. B. Because there were 50 colonies. C. Because it's a traditional design.
I'll go with A. Because there are 50 states.
Exactly. Each star represents one of the 50 U.S. states. The design evolved as new states joined the Union, with the 50-star version adopted in 1960 after Hawaii became the 50th state. Question 13. What is one reason colonists came to America? A. Freedom. B. To escape military service. C. To build railroads.
I'll go with A. Freedom.
Correct. Many colonists sought religious, economic, and personal freedom. They left Europe to escape oppression, hoping to build better lives in a new land full of opportunities. Question 14. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? A. John Roberts. B. Clarence Thomas. C. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I'll go with A. John Roberts.
Right. John Roberts has served as Chief Justice since 2005. He presides over the Supreme Court and ensures the judicial system operates fairly and impartially. Question 15. Who was the first president? A. George Washington. B. Thomas Jefferson. C. John Adams.
I'll go with A. George Washington.
Correct. George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president in 1789. Known as the father of his country, he set many precedents, including the two-term limit and the peaceful transfer of power. Fantastic job, Mark. Your answers are spot on, and your understanding is growing. Let's continue tomorrow.
Thanks, Anne. I'm feeling more confident with your help.
100 Civics Questions Random Order X2, 2008 version Civics Test. Part 216-30, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are back in their living room the next evening, continuing their preparation for Mark's U.S. citizenship test. The flashcards from yesterday are neatly stacked, and a new set of cards rests on the table.
Ready for round 2, Mark? Yesterday, you did great with the first 15 questions. Tonight, we'll tackle the next set, questions 16 to 30. Same format. I'll read the question, give you 3 answer choices, and you'll pick the one you think is correct.
Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going.
Question 16. What are the first 3 words of the Constitution? A. We the people. B. To form unity. C. Liberty and justice.
I'll go with A. We the people.
Correct. The phrase, we the people, reflects the idea that the government derives its power from the citizens. It's a declaration of self-governance, emphasizing unity and equality in building the nation. Question 17. Who is the governor of your state now? A. Varies by state. B. The president. C. The chief justice.
I'll go with A. Varies by state.
That's right. Each state elects its own governor to lead the executive branch at the state level. Governors have powers like signing state laws, managing state budgets, and overseeing local issues. The governor's identity depends on where you live. Question 18. What is one power of the federal government? A. To issue driver's licenses. B. To print money. C. To establish schools.
I'll go with B. To print money.
Correct. Only the federal government has the authority to print and issue currency. This ensures a standardized monetary system across all states. Other exclusive federal powers include declaring war and conducting foreign relations. Question 19. What are 2 cabinet-level positions? A. Attorney General and Vice President. B. Chief Justice and Secretary of Defense. C. Senate Majority Leader and Speaker of the House.
I'll go with A. Attorney General and Vice President.
That's correct. The cabinet includes key advisors to the president, such as the vice president, attorney general, secretary of state, and others. They help execute federal policies and manage specific areas like defense, education, and health. Question 20. What is the supreme law of the land? A. The Declaration of Independence. B. The Constitution. C. The Bill of Rights.
I'll go with B. The Constitution.
Correct. The Constitution is the ultimate legal authority in the U.S. It guides all laws, government actions, and judicial rulings. Any law that conflicts with the Constitution can be challenged and overturned. Question 21. What is the highest court in the United States? A. The Court of Appeals. B. The Supreme Court. C. The Federal Court.
I'll go with B. The Supreme Court.
Exactly. The Supreme Court is the top of the judicial system. It has the final say on constitutional issues and ensures laws are applied consistently across the country. Its decisions can impact the entire nation. Question 22. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? A. Benjamin Franklin. B. George Washington. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I'll go with C. Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration, which announced the colony's independence from Great Britain in 1776. It's a powerful statement of human rights, declaring all men are created equal. Question 23. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? A. July 4th, 1776. B. September 17th, 1787. C. December 25th, 1776.
I'll go with A. July 4th, 1776.
Correct. Independence Day, celebrated on July 4th, marks the adoption of the Declaration. It's a national holiday commemorating the birth of the United States as an independent nation. Question 24. Who makes federal laws? A. The President. B. Congress. C. The Supreme Court.
I'll go with B. Congress.
Correct. Congress, composed of the House of Representatives and the Senate, is responsible for drafting, debating, and passing federal laws. The President can then sign or veto them. Question 25. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? A. 50. B. 100. C. 435.
I'll go with C. 435.
That's right. The House has 435 voting members, with seats distributed among the states based on population. Larger states have more representatives, ensuring fair representation for all citizens. Question 26. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? A. 18 and older. B. 21 and older. C. 16 and older.
I'll go with A. 18 and older.
Correct. The 26th Amendment, ratified in 1971, lowered the voting age to 18. This change reflected the belief that if young people could serve in the military, they should also have the right to vote. Question 27. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. A. Slavery. B. The Revolutionary War. C. Disputes over foreign trade.
I'll go with A. Slavery.
Correct. Slavery was a major issue that divided the North and South. The Southern states' dependence on enslaved labor clashed with the Northern states' push for abolition, ultimately leading to the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Question 28. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? A. J.D. Vance. B. Kamala Harris. C. Mike Pence.
I'll go with A. J.D. Vance.
Correct. J.D. Vance serves as the Vice President, assisting the President and presiding over the Senate. His role also involves casting tie-breaking votes when necessary. Question 29. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? A. The Pacific Ocean. B. The Atlantic Ocean. C. The Indian Ocean.
I'll go with B. The Atlantic Ocean.
Correct. The Atlantic Ocean borders the eastern U.S., connecting the country to Europe and Africa. It has been a key route for trade, exploration, and immigration throughout U.S. history. Question 30. Who did the United States fight in World War II? A. Japan, Italy, and Germany. B. France, Britain, and Russia. C. Spain, Portugal, and Mexico.
I'll go with A. Japan, Italy, and Germany.
Correct. These three nations formed the Axis powers, opposing the Allies during World War II. The U.S. played a pivotal role in defeating them and restoring peace. Another fantastic round, Mark. You're mastering this.
Thanks, Anne. Your explanations really help me remember the details. Let's keep going tomorrow.
You got it. Tomorrow, we tackle the next set.
100 Civics Questions Random Order X2, 2008 version Civics Test. Part 331-45, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are seated in the living room for the third evening of their study sessions. The table is now covered with flashcards from the previous 2 days, along with a fresh stack for today's questions.
Mark, you've been doing so well, you've nailed the first 30 questions. Ready to dive into the next 15 tonight?
Absolutely. These sessions are helping me feel confident. Let's keep it going.
Question 31. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? A. The Atlantic Ocean. B. The Indian Ocean. C. The Pacific Ocean.
I'll go with C. The Pacific Ocean.
Correct. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world, and it borders the western U.S., including states like California, Oregon, and Washington. It's a vital region for trade, climate influence, and natural resources. Question 32. What is the economic system in the United States? A. Market economy. B. Command economy. C. Socialist economy.
I'll go with A. Market economy.
That's right. The U.S. operates under a market economy, where supply and demand determine prices. It promotes free enterprise, allowing individuals and businesses to make their own economic decisions with minimal government interference. Question 33. How many U.S. senators are there? A. 50, B. 100, C. 435.
I'll go with B. 100.
Exactly. Each state elects 2 senators, regardless of population size, for a total of 100. This ensures equal representation in the Senate for every state. Question 34. Where is the Statue of Liberty? A. New York Harbor. B. Washington, D.C. C. Boston Harbor.
I'll go with A. New York Harbor.
Correct. The Statue of Liberty stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. It was a gift from France in 1886 to symbolize friendship and celebrate freedom and democracy. Question 35. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? A. Kevin McCarthy. B. Nancy Pelosi. C. Mike Johnson.
I'll go with C. Mike Johnson.
That's correct. Mike Johnson serves as the current Speaker of the House. He leads the House of Representatives, manages legislative proceedings, and represents the majority party. Question 36. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? A. Native Americans. B. Pilgrims. C. Vikings.
I'll go with A. Native Americans.
Right. Native Americans lived across the continent long before European settlers arrived. They had diverse cultures, languages, and traditions, and their contributions are a vital part of U.S. history. Question 37. What is one power of the states? A. To print money. B. To give a driver's license. C. To declare war.
I'll go with B. To give a driver's license.
Correct. States have powers reserved under the 10th Amendment, including issuing driver's licenses, managing education systems, and conducting elections. These powers are separate from those of the federal government. Question 38. Who signs bills to become laws? A. The President. B. The Supreme Court. C. Congress.
I'll go with A. The President.
That's correct. After Congress passes a bill, it goes to the President. If the President signs it, the bill becomes law. If not, they can veto it, but Congress can override the veto with a 2/3 vote in both chambers. Question 39. What is one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? A. Freed the slaves. B. Signed the Declaration of Independence. C. Wrote the Constitution.
I'll go with A. Freed the slaves.
Exactly. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, declaring freedom for enslaved people in Confederate states. He also led the country through the Civil War and preserved the Union. Question 40. Name one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. A. John Jay. B. George Washington. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I'll go with A. John Jay.
Correct. John Jay, along with Alexander Hamilton and James Madison, wrote the Federalist Papers to promote the ratification of the Constitution. These essays explain the need for a strong central government and remain influential today. Question 41. Who vetoes bills? A. The President. B. Congress. C. The Supreme Court.
I'll go with A. The President.
That's right. The President can veto bills as part of the system of checks and balances, ensuring that no single branch of government has too much power. Question 42. When was the Constitution written? A. 1776. B. 1787. C. 1791.
I'll go with B. 1787.
Correct. The Constitution was written in 1787 during the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. It replaced the Articles of Confederation to create a stronger federal government. Question 43. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? A. 7. B. 9. C. 13.
I'll go with B. 9.
Correct. The Supreme Court has 9 justices, 1 Chief Justice, and 8 Associate Justices. This odd number prevents ties in their decisions. Question 44. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? A. The President. B. The flag. C. The United States.
I'll go with C. The United States.
Correct. The Pledge of Allegiance is a promise of loyalty to the country, symbolized by the flag. It reflects unity and commitment to the nation's principles. Question 45. What is an amendment? A. A change to the Constitution. B. An introduction to the Constitution. C. A law passed by Congress.
I'll go with A. A change to the Constitution.
Exactly. Amendments are formal changes or additions to the Constitution. There are currently 27 amendments, with the first 10 collectively known as the Bill of Rights. Another stellar round, Mark. You're doing fantastic.
Thanks. These details make everything so much clearer. Let's keep it going tomorrow.
You got it. The next set will be waiting for you.
100 Civics Questions Random Order 2X 2008 version Civics Test. Part 446-60, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are back in their living room for their 4th evening of study sessions. A sense of routine has set in, with the flashcards from previous sessions neatly organized. Tonight's questions are ready to go.
Mark, you've made it through 45 questions so far. We're about halfway there. How are you feeling about all of this?
Honestly, pretty good. Your detailed explanations really help the answers stick. Let's keep up the momentum.
Perfect. Tonight we'll cover questions 46 through 60. Let's get started. Question 46. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? A. Franklin Roosevelt. B. Herbert Hoover. C. Harry Truman.
I'll go with A. Franklin Roosevelt.
Correct. Franklin D. Roosevelt served as president from 1933 to 1945. He led the nation through the Great Depression with his New Deal policies and was a key figure in the Allied victory during World War II. He's the only U.S. president to serve more than 2 terms. Question 47. Name one branch or part of the government. A. The President. B. Congress. C. The Armed Forces.
I'll go with A. The President.
That's right. The President leads the executive branch, which is responsible for enforcing federal laws. The government is divided into 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial, ensuring a balance of power. Question 48. Why do some states have more representatives than others? A. Because they have more land. B. Because they have more people. C. Because they were part of the original 13 colonies.
I'll go with B. Because they have more people.
Correct. The number of representatives a state gets in the House of Representatives is based on its population. Larger states like California have more representatives than smaller states like Vermont. Question 49. Name one state that borders Mexico. A. California. B. Florida. C. Nevada.
I'll go with A. California.
Exactly. California shares a border with Mexico, along with Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. These states are significant for trade, cultural exchange, and immigration. Question 50. Name one state that borders Canada. A. New York. B. Pennsylvania. C. Ohio.
I'll go with A. New York.
That's correct. New York is one of 13 states that border Canada. The 2 nations share the longest undefended border in the world, facilitating close economic and cultural ties. Question 51. What is the name of the national anthem? A. America the Beautiful. B. The Star-Spangled Banner. C. God Bless America.
I'll go with B. The Star-Spangled Banner.
Correct. The Star-Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key during the War of 1812. It became the national anthem in 1931 and is a symbol of American resilience and patriotism. Question 52. We elect a president for how many years? A. 2 years. B. 4 years. C. 6 years.
I'll go with B. 4 years.
That's right. The president is elected to a 4-year term and can serve a maximum of 2 terms as established by the 22nd Amendment. Question 53. What did the Declaration of Independence do? A. Announced our independence from Great Britain. B. Declared war on France. C. Created the Constitution.
I'll go with A. Announced our independence from Great Britain.
Correct. The Declaration, adopted on July 4, 1776, officially broke the colony's ties with Great Britain. It proclaimed the right to self-govern and emphasized principles of liberty and equality. Question 54. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? A. The Civil Rights Movement. B. The Women's Suffrage Movement. C. The Temperance Movement.
I'll go with A. The Civil Rights Movement.
Exactly. The civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., aimed to end racial segregation and discrimination against African Americans. It resulted in landmark legislation, such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Question 55. What is freedom of religion? A. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. B. You must practice Christianity. C. You can only practice a government-approved religion.
I'll go with A. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
Correct. Freedom of religion is a fundamental right guaranteed by the First Amendment. It ensures individuals can worship freely or choose not to follow any religion without government interference. Question 56. Why did the colonists fight the British? A. Because of high taxes. B. Because of religious persecution. C. Because they wanted a king.
I'll go with A. Because of high taxes.
That's correct. The colonists opposed British taxes like the Stamp Act and Tea Act, which were imposed without their consent. The rallying cry of no taxation without representation became a central cause of the American Revolution. Question 57. Describe one of the 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. A. Only men can vote. B. Any citizen can vote. C. Only property owners can vote.
I'll go with B. Any citizen can vote.
Exactly. Amendments like the 15th, 19th, 24th, and 26th expanded voting rights, ensuring that race, gender, and wealth could not prevent someone from voting. Today, any citizen aged 18 or older can vote. Question 58. When do we celebrate Independence Day? A. July 4th. B. January 1st. C. December 25th.
I'll go with A. July 4th.
Correct. Independence Day celebrates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. It's a national holiday marked by fireworks, parades, and patriotic displays. Question 59. What is the rule of law? A. Everybody must follow the law. B. Only government officials must follow the law. C. The president is above the law.
I'll go with A. Everybody must follow the law.
That's right. The rule of law ensures no one is above the law, not even government leaders. It's a foundational principle of democracy, promoting fairness and accountability. Question 60. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States? A. Democratic and Republican. B. Green and Libertarian. C. Socialist and Independent.
I'll go with A. Democratic and Republican.
Correct. The Democratic and Republican parties dominate U.S. politics, representing a range of political ideologies and shaping the country's policies for decades. Another amazing session, Mark. You've got 60 questions under your belt now.
Thanks, Anne. It feels great to see my progress. Let's tackle the next batch tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'll have them ready for you.
100 Civics Questions Random Ordered 2x 2008 version Civics Test. Part 5 to 61-75, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are sitting in the living room, continuing their study routine. The flashcards from the previous sessions are piled neatly, and Anne is shuffling through tonight's cards.
Mark, we're moving closer to the finish line. You've done great so far with 60 questions. Tonight, we're tackling questions 61 to 75. Are you ready for another round?
Absolutely. These sessions are really building my confidence.
That's what I like to hear. Let's get started. Question 61. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? A. Only the people in their district. B. All people of the state. C. Only the voters who elected them.
I'll go with B. All people of the state.
Correct. Each U.S. Senator represents every resident of their state, regardless of whether they voted for them or not. This ensures fair representation at the national level. Question 62. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general in what war? A. World War II. B. World War I. C. The Korean War.
I'll go with A. World War II.
Correct. Dwight D. Eisenhower was a five-star general who led Allied forces in Europe during World War II. His leadership in the D-Day invasion was pivotal in defeating Nazi Germany. Question 63. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? A. It freed the slaves. B. It gave women the right to vote. C. It ended the Civil War.
I'll go with A. It freed the slaves.
Exactly. Issued by Abraham Lincoln in 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation declared freedom for enslaved people in Confederate states. It was a major step toward ending slavery in the U.S. Question 64. What do we call the first 10 amendments of the Constitution? A. The Articles of Confederation. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Declaration of Independence.
I'll go with B. The Bill of Rights.
Correct. The Bill of Rights, ratified in 1791, guarantees fundamental freedoms like speech, religion, and the right to a fair trial. It protects individual liberties from government overreach. Question 65. When must all men register for the Selective Service? A. At age 16. B. At age 18. C. At age 21.
I'll go with B. At age 18.
That's right. All men in the U.S. must register with the Selective Service at 18. While the draft hasn't been used since 1973, registration ensures the government can quickly assemble a military force if needed. Question 66. What does the President's Cabinet do? A. Makes laws. B. Advises the President. C. Votes on bills.
I'll go with B. Advises the President.
Correct. The Cabinet is made up of the heads of executive departments, like the Secretary of State and the Attorney General. They help the President make decisions and implement policies. Question 67. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? A. He fought for civil rights. B. He became the first African American senator. C. He wrote the Emancipation Proclamation.
I'll go with A. He fought for civil rights.
Exactly. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader of the civil rights movement. He used nonviolent protests to fight racial segregation and injustice, inspiring millions with his "I Have a Dream" speech. Question 68. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? A. Speech. B. Education. C. Voting.
I'll go with A. Speech.
Correct. The First Amendment protects freedom of speech, allowing individuals to express their opinions without fear of government censorship or punishment. Question 69. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? A. Louisiana. B. Alaska. C. Texas.
I'll go with A. Louisiana.
That's right. The Louisiana Purchase, finalized in 1803, doubled the size of the U.S. and opened up vast territories for exploration and settlement. It's one of the largest land acquisitions in U.S. history. Question 70. What are two rights of everyone living in the United States? A. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion. B. The right to vote and freedom of education. C. Freedom of travel and freedom to work.
I'll go with A. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
Correct. These rights are protected by the Constitution and apply to everyone living in the U.S., regardless of citizenship status. They're fundamental to a democratic society. Question 71. What is the capital of the United States? A. New York City. B. Washington, D.C. C. Philadelphia.
I'll go with B. Washington, D.C.
Exactly. Washington, D.C. has been the capital since 1800. It's home to the federal government, including the White House, Congress, and the Supreme Court. Question 72. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? A. January 31st Street. B. April 15th. C. October 15th.
I'll go with B. April 15th.
Correct. April 15th is the standard deadline for filing federal taxes, though extensions are sometimes granted. Filing taxes is a legal responsibility for everyone earning income in the U.S. Question 73. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? A. To pay taxes. B. To vote in a federal election. C. To serve on a jury.
I'll go with B. To vote in a federal election.
That's right. Only U.S. citizens have the right to vote in federal elections, like choosing a president or members of Congress. Voting is both a right and a responsibility of citizenship. Question 74. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. A. World War I. B. The Civil War. C. The Korean War.
I'll go with B. The Civil War.
Correct. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was a defining conflict that determined the future of slavery and preserved the Union. It remains one of the most significant events in U.S. history. Question 75. How many amendments does the Constitution have? A. 10. B. 27. C. 15.
I'll go with B. 27.
Correct. The Constitution has been amended 27 times since it was written in 1787. These amendments address a variety of issues, from civil rights to voting rights. Fantastic work, Mark. You're now 3/4 of the way through all 100 questions.
Thanks, Anne. This feels like a huge milestone. Let's finish strong with the last set tomorrow.
You bet. Rest up. We've got 25 more to go.
100 Civics Questions Random Ordered 2x 2008 version Civics Test. Part 6 to 76-90, U.S. Citizenship.
Anne and Mark are seated in their living room for their 6th session. The table is crowded with flashcards from the previous rounds, and the final cards for tonight's questions are ready.
Mark, we're almost there. You've made it through 75 questions so far. Tonight we're tackling the next 15, bringing us closer to the finish line.
I can't believe how much I've learned. Let's keep going and knock these out.
Question 76. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? A. The Vice President. B. The President. C. The Secretary of Defense.
I'll go with B. The President.
Correct. The President is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military. This means the President has ultimate authority over all branches of the armed forces, ensuring civilian control of the military. Question 77. Who is the father of our country? A. Abraham Lincoln. B. George Washington. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I'll go with B. George Washington.
Exactly. George Washington is known as the father of our country for his leadership during the Revolutionary War, his role as the first president, and his influence in uniting the nation. Question 78. Name one right that is only for United States citizens. A. To vote in a federal election. B. Freedom of religion. C. Freedom of speech.
I'll go with A. To vote in a federal election.
Correct. Only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections, such as for the President or members of Congress. This right is one of the key privileges of citizenship. Question 79. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. A. The Revolutionary War. B. The Civil War. C. World War I.
I'll go with B. The Civil War.
That's right. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was fought between the Northern States, Union, and the Southern States, Confederacy, over issues including slavery and states' rights. Question 80. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. A. The Missouri River. B. The Mississippi River. C. The Colorado River.
I'll go with B. The Mississippi River.
Correct. The Mississippi River, which flows through the central U.S., is one of the two longest rivers in the country. The other is the Missouri River. These rivers have played a major role in U.S. history, trade, and transportation. Question 81. What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? A. Life and liberty. B. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion. C. The right to bear arms and the right to vote.
I'll go with A. Life and liberty.
Exactly. The Declaration of Independence states that all people have unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These principles form the foundation of American democracy. Question 82. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. A. Crow. B. Inuit. C. Maori.
I'll go with A. Crow.
Correct. The Crow is one of many Native American tribes in the U.S. Others include the Cherokee, Navajo, and Sioux. These tribes have rich histories and cultures that are integral to the nation's heritage. Question 83. What is the capital of your state? A. Answer depends on where you live. B. Washington, D.C. C. New York City.
I'll go with A. Answer depends on where you live.
That's right. Each state has its own capital where the state government is headquartered. For example, the capital of California is Sacramento, while Texas's capital is Austin. Question 84. What are two parts of the U.S. Congress? A. The Senate and the House of Representatives. B. The Supreme Court and the Senate. C. The President and the House of Representatives.
I'll go with A. The Senate and the House of Representatives.
Correct. Congress is divided into two chambers, the Senate, where each state has two representatives, and the House, where representation is based on population. Together, they create federal laws. Question 85. There were 13 original states. Name 3. A. New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire. B. Virginia, Ohio, and Georgia. C. Massachusetts, Maine, and Vermont.
I'll go with New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire.
Correct. The original 13 states were the colonies that declared independence from Britain in 1776. They include states like Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts as well. Question 86. In what month do we vote for president? A. January. B. November. C. October.
I'll go with B. November.
That's right. Presidential elections are held in November, typically on the first Tuesday after the first Monday. This tradition dates back to the 19th century to accommodate farmers' schedules. Question 87. Name one U.S. territory. A. Puerto Rico. B. Hawaii. C. Alaska.
I'll go with A. Puerto Rico.
Correct. Puerto Rico is one of 5 U.S. territories, along with Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, and the Northern Mariana Islands. Residents are U.S. citizens but don't have voting representation in Congress. Question 88. Who is in charge of the executive branch? A. The Vice President. B. The President. C. The Speaker of the House.
I'll go with B. The President.
Correct. The President oversees the executive branch, which enforces federal laws, conducts diplomacy, and manages the military. Question 89. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? A. Europeans. B. Africans. C. Native Americans.
I'll go with B. Africans.
Correct. Millions of Africans were forcibly taken to America and enslaved. This dark chapter of U.S. history had profound effects on the country's culture, economy, and society. Question 90. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? A. The Declaration of Independence was written. B. The Constitution was written. C. The Bill of Rights was created.
I'll go with B. The Constitution was written.
That's right. The Constitutional Convention took place in Philadelphia in 1787. Delegates from the states met to create a new framework of government, replacing the Articles of Confederation with the Constitution. You're doing fantastic, Mark. That's 90 questions done. Just 10 more to go, and you'll have mastered the entire test.
Thanks, Anne. I'm so close now. Let's finish strong tomorrow.
You bet. I'll have the final set ready for you.
100 Civics Questions Random Ordered 2x. 2008 version Civics Test. Final. 91 to 100 plus 5. U.S. Citizenship.
It's the final night of Anne and Mark's study sessions. The table is covered with the flashcards they've gone through, and tonight's set marks the last group of questions. Both are excited to wrap up the process.
Mark, this is it, the final stretch. You've done 90 questions so far. Tonight we'll finish the remaining 10 from the test, and I've prepared a few bonus questions for extra practice.
Wow, the finish line is here. I'm ready to ace this. Let's get started.
Question 91. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? A. Because there were 13 original colonies. B. Because there are 13 states. C. Because it symbolizes the 13 amendments.
I'll go with A. Because there were 13 original colonies.
Correct. The 13 stripes represent the 13 original colonies that declared independence from Great Britain in 1776. The red and white stripes symbolize courage and purity, respectively. Question 92. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? A. To be loyal to the United States. B. To renounce your religion. C. To vote in every election.
I'll go with A. To be loyal to the United States.
That's right. When you take the oath of allegiance, you promise to support and defend the Constitution and be loyal to the U.S. above all other allegiances. Question 93. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Secretary of State. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Vice President.
I'll go with C. The Vice President.
Correct. If the president is unable to continue serving, the vice president steps in as the next in line, as established by the Presidential Succession Act. Question 94. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? A. Checks and balances. B. The Bill of Rights. C. Term limits.
I'll go with A. Checks and balances.
That's right. The system of checks and balances ensures that no single branch, executive, legislative, or judicial, can dominate the government. For example, Congress makes laws, but the president can veto them, and the Supreme Court can review their constitutionality. Question 95. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? A. He was a U.S. diplomat. B. He was the second president of the United States. C. He wrote the Constitution.
I'll go with A. He was a U.S. diplomat.
Correct. Benjamin Franklin was instrumental in securing French support during the Revolutionary War. He's also known for his scientific achievements and as one of the founding fathers. Question 96. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? A. Terrorists attacked the United States. B. The U.S. declared war on Iraq. C. A major hurricane struck the East Coast.
I'll go with A. Terrorists attacked the United States.
Correct. On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked 4 airplanes, crashing 2 into the World Trade Center in New York, 1 into the Pentagon, and 1 in Pennsylvania. It was a defining moment in U.S. history, leading to significant changes in national security. Question 97. What is one of your state's U.S. senators now? A. This will vary depending on where you live. B. The Vice President. C. The Speaker of the House.
I'll go with A. This will vary depending on where you live.
That's right. Each state elects 2 senators to represent them in Congress. To answer this on your test, you'll need to name one of your state's current senators. Question 98. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Secretary of State. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Chief Justice.
I'll go with B. The Speaker of the House.
Correct. The Speaker of the House is next in line after the Vice President, as outlined in the Presidential Succession Act. Question 99. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? A. They can vote and run for office. B. They can own property and join the military. C. They can protest and pay taxes.
I'll go with A. They can vote and run for office.
Correct. Voting and running for office are key ways to actively engage in democracy. Other ways include contacting elected officials, joining civic groups, and campaigning for candidates. Question 100. What is one of your state's U.S. senators now? A. This will vary depending on your state. B. The Vice President. C. The Speaker of the House.
I'll go with A. This will vary depending on your state.
Exactly. Just like with question 97, you'll need to know the name of one of your state's current senators for the test. Ready for some bonus questions to really solidify what you've learned?
Bring it on.
Question 101. What is the name of the current President of the United States? A. Joe Biden. B. Donald Trump. C. Kamala Harris.
I'll go with B. Donald Trump.
Correct. Donald Trump is currently serving as the 45th President of the United States. He is the head of the executive branch and serves as the Commander-in-Chief of the military. Question 102. What is the highest mountain in the United States? A. Mount Rainier. B. Mount McKinley, Denali. C. Mount Whitney.
I'll go with B. Mount McKinley, Denali.
That's right. Denali in Alaska is the highest peak in North America, standing at 20,310 feet. Question 103. What is the longest river in the United States? A. The Mississippi River. B. The Missouri River. C. The Colorado River.
I'll go with B. The Missouri River.
Correct. The Missouri River is about 2,341 miles long, making it the longest river in the U.S. Question 104. Who is considered the primary author of the Constitution? A. James Madison. B. Thomas Jefferson. C. John Adams.
I'll go with A. James Madison.
Correct. James Madison, known as the father of the Constitution, played a central role in drafting the document and promoting its ratification. Question 105. What is one reason the colonists came to America? A. To escape religious persecution. B. To escape slavery. C. To avoid taxes.
I'll go with A. To escape religious persecution.
Exactly. Many colonists came seeking freedom to practice their religion without interference, which was a key motivator for settlement in the New World. Mark, that's it. You've now gone through all 100 questions, plus some extras. You're ready for your citizenship test.
Thank you so much, Anne. This was an incredible journey. I feel confident and prepared thanks to you.
You did all the work, Mark. I can't wait to celebrate your success soon.